hopefully a route out of it, but that requires everybody still to be on board with the messaging and on the vaccine planning that we have.
And you've been involved, haven't you, with explaining to people how the vaccine works, the various vaccines, and how is that going? Have you encountered many people who are very much against vaccination?
Yes, there always will be people who are against vaccination, and there will always be some people who don't have beliefs that are really rooted in logic or rationale, the conspiracy theorists, and they're very challenging to engage with, and in fact probably better off not engaging too much with. The key is that the middle ground people, the people that might need some convincing, we really need to get clear information to them to tell them that this is a good thing for them and for society.
Okay, I want to bring in Amanda here, who's going to join us. Amanda is not her real name, but Amanda, someone close to you started to develop these views, and ultimately this affected your friendship. Will you tell us when you first noticed that this person was going down the rabbit hole of misinformation?
Yeah, so hiya. So this person I've known for years, and we got particularly close about 2 years ago when, we were seeing each other every week, and she'd been around my house and I'd met her family. And I would say that she'd always had a tendency to lean towards some conspiracy theories, but I didn't think it would go as deep as it did. So she started sharing content on conspiracy theories about 2 weeks before the lockdown. And she was saying a lot of, the government are never going to shut things down. They don't care about our lives. They only care about the economy. And then 2 weeks later, of course, everything got shut down. And that narrative just changed very quickly to, they want us to be reliant on the state. And she was sharing a lot of posts about how the elite, which seems to be basically anyone in the public eye, that they're all paedophiles, and how Trump was going to save babies from people like Chrissy Teigen and Bill Gates. So, yeah, there's a lot of that going on.
And Amanda, did you confront your friend about this at any time? Did you say it to her, or did you ask her about it?
Whenever it was a lot of that sort of this scamdemic stuff and this Pizzagate, I just stayed completely out of it and I didn't engage. But then the content started to change and there were some transphobic and racist content. And I just felt it would be quite two-faced of me to ignore that and pretend I hadn't seen it. So I did. I sent a text, and it was obviously very private, and I just said I was really upset that she would do that. And to be totally honest, there was just no logic to the response that I got. It was basically that, all white people are being demonised, and the government wants to make us hate each other, but we need to stand strong as one people, and which that really didn't make sense to me, considering the nature of the posts that I was saying about.
And do you think there's any way back for your friendship, or is that it?
Well, we kind of left it then at agreeing to disagree. And to be honest, she just sort of feels that she's more informed about the world than other people. And she seems, I'd say, happy in that. Truthfully, I think she's afraid. I don't think she's doing this for attention seeking. And I don't feel that I will ever be able to break through that and give any sort of common sense. So I've just left it. I've come to the realisation I've done everything I can do and I just have to move on, which is really unfortunate.
Amanda, thank you very much for telling us that story tonight. I'm joined in the studio as well by Dr. Eileen Cullity, and you've done a lot of research on this, and I suppose what we really want to know is, if this comes to our door, to our families, our friendships, how do we deal with it? What is the right strategy?
Well, it's a very difficult scenario, and Amanda's story makes that really clear. But if viewers are worried about somebody, it's important to intervene quite early, because if it goes too far and if somebody goes too far down that rabbit hole, they can become unreachable. And there is no magic formula, unfortunately, but there are some tips that people could follow. And the first thing would be to do some research on the topic, try to understand what is the nature of these claims, and then read the debunks and read the fact checks so that you're really informed about the topic. And then think about the person and whether they're ready for a conversation. So you can't force somebody into a conversation about their beliefs, and none of us ever want to be told that our beliefs are wrong, so that's a difficult thing to deal with. So it's important to find a time and a place that's suitable to raise that conversation. And it really should be a conversation, because there's no point lecturing at somebody or patronising them. You need to ask questions and listen to the answers. And I think what Amanda was saying there about her friend being really anxious and concerned, she's not doing it for attention, she's genuinely worried. That's a common feature with conspiracy theories. They're people who have become, who feel threatened, or they have great anxiety, and conspiracy theories reduce that anxiety. It gives them a simple explanation. So they need some kind of sympathy or empathy when you're dealing with that.
I mean, I have seen some of the conspiracy theorist conversations online, and you feel when you're reading them that these people are utterly convinced about what they're saying, and it's difficult to know how you would manage to have a reasonable and reasoned conversation with people who've just decided that everybody else is wrong and they're right.
Well, we often talk about conspiracy theories and conspiracy theorists as though they're all the same and it's one homogeneous block, but in actual fact, there are huge differences between the kinds of things people believe, from completely implausible claims about 5G implants to more things that are at least humanly possible. And then also people's level of belief varies quite a lot. So I think that's one of the tricky things, and why you have to judge how far along is this person. Are they still just asking questions about it, and would an intervention be helpful here?
Okay, Dr. Cullity, thank you very much. And Owen DeBarra, thank you both very much.